Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the water cycle, the amazing journey of water around our Earth. Our goals today are to identify the different phases of water in the water cycle, to name and describe the steps of the water cycle, to recognize the forces that drive the water cycle. Water is not created or destroyed, it is recycled. The water we drink today is the same water our great-grandparents drank. It is the same water that the dinosaurs drank. Did you know that 71% of the Earth's surface is covered with water? Out of all that water, 97% is salt water, 2% is fresh water stored in glaciers and ice caps, and only 1% is the fresh water we can use. Water on Earth exists in three phases: solid, like snow and ice; liquid, like the water we drink; gas, as water vapor in the air. Liquid water is found in rivers, lakes, oceans and groundwater. Snow is solid water. Water vapor is in our atmosphere. The water cycle is the way water moves from the land to the sky and back again. It never stops. It goes around and around. Here are the main steps of the water cycle. 1. Evaporation. Water heats up and changes into water vapor. 2. Condensation. Water vapor cools and forms clouds. 3. Precipitation. Water falls to Earth as rain, snow, or hail. 4. Collection. Water gathers in oceans, lakes, rivers, and the ground. Let's start with liquid water. Water in your glass, and water in a lake or ocean. When water gets warm, water molecules begin moving faster. Some move so fast that they break away and float up into the air. This is called evaporation. What powers the evaporation of water? The sun's thermal energy powers the phase change of water from liquid to gas. This power can move water from the lowest points on Earth, sea level, to the highest, the tops of mountains. Now, let's do a small experiment to observe how water evaporates. Get 2 glasses of water. Put one outside in the sun, and the other inside your house or classroom. Check on the glass every day. Which glass of water evaporates faster? Why do you think that happened? Now let's move on to step 2. Condensation. As warm air rises, it cools. Cooler air can't hold as much water vapor, so the water vapor condenses into tiny droplets of liquid water or ice crystals. Water droplets cluster together, forming clouds. This is the process of condensation. Let's do a small experiment to observe how water evaporation and condensation. Fill a cup with very warm water. Place an empty cup on top of the first, upside down. Put an ice cube on top of the empty upside down cup. Water will evaporate from the warm cup, and then condense in the top cup near the cold ice cube. What happens to the condensed water? When enough water condenses in a cloud, the drops get so heavy, they fall from the cloud. This is called precipitation. Water can fall as rain or as snow, sleet or hail, solid water, if it is cold enough. What force causes precipitation to fall to Earth? It's gravity. Gravity pulls rain and snow from the clouds to the ground. Gravity also causes water to run downhill. This is called collection. During collection, water gathers in rivers that flow downhill, thanks to gravity, until they eventually reach the ocean. Some of the water also soaks into the soil and becomes groundwater. What happens with the water in the condensation experiment? Eventually, the drops get so big and heavy, gravity pulls them down into the glass of water. This is exactly what happens inside clouds to form precipitation. One more thing about the water cycle. When a plant takes water up from its roots, it eventually travels all the way to the leaves. Water evaporates from the leaf, which is called transpiration. Water continues to move through the water cycle, forever. Here are simple and clear questions you can use for your water cycle lesson, perfect for review or a quiz. Question 1. Which one is not a phase of water? A. Solid. B. Gas. C. Liquid. D. Metal. Choose the best answer. Question 2. What powers the evaporation of water? A. The moon. B. Gravity. C. The sun. D. Clouds. Think carefully before choosing. Question 3. What happens during evaporation? A. Water turns into ice. B. Water turns into vapor. C. Water falls as rain. D. Clouds disappear. Question 4. What happens during precipitation? A. Water heats up. B. Clouds form. C. Water falls to earth. D. Rivers flow uphill. Question 5. What force makes rivers flow downhill during collection? A. Sound. B. Gravity. C. Wind. D. Electricity. Now let's check the answers. How many questions did you get right? If you didn't get all of them correct, you did an amazing job. If not, you're just like me. Feel free to watch the video again to remind yourself. If you have any questions, leave a comment and let us know. Thank you for watching.